Okay. Well, good morning, Jessica. It's great to see you today. How have you been since our last session?
Hi, I've been doing all right, thanks. Bit nervous about this being a final session today, though. I'm not sure I'm ready to move on, but I know I've made a lot of progress.
It's completely normal to feel that way. After all, today we were wrapping up after a very long journey together. Why don't we get started by taking some time to reflect on the goals, the progress you made. We can discuss any remaining work that you have in mind. Start by revisiting those goals we set together, and you can rate the progress on a scale of, let's say, 1 to 10 before you start describing what it was about the goals and progress. Okay. Start with boundary setting. We got setting boundaries at least 5 times per week at work. I remember how intimidated you were originally with setting boundaries, worrying that by asserting yourself, you would damage your relationship with your work team. But by not having those boundaries, you would be feeling exhausted constantly. How do you feel about the progress you made regarding setting?
I feel pretty good, pretty damn good about it. 8 out of 10. I would say that being able to meet my boundary goals, I can easily maintain them for now. I've been more assertive about communicating my workload and schedule, and that has reduced my stress levels significantly. I've noticed that I'm not taking on as much extra work, and that's been a big relief. Setting boundaries has been really successful for me and has even helped me build up confidence when I'm engaging my team as well as people elsewhere.
Okay, good. That's excellent. Excellent progress. Excuse me. What would you say were the specific strategies that you found most effective in asserting your boundaries?
I would have to say clear communication. I've been setting clear expectations with my team on a daily basis and being more transparent about what I can and can't take on. It's helped me prioritize better and feel more in control of my time. It's really been life changing.
Sounds like a pretty solid approach, and I'm glad that you're seeing results for that. Now, in the beginning, we also established the goal of improving communication with your family. We wanted to do that to reduce the amount of arguments that are taking place from daily to once or twice a week was our end goal. How do you feel that that's going to be?
Probably 5 or 6 out of 10. I'd say I'm still struggling with that one, but there's definitely progress there in my mind. It's been a bit tougher than I expected. I've been trying to listen more actively and express myself calmly, especially during disagreements. There have been some improvements, but I still find myself getting frustrated at times. We are not arguing all day, every day, or even arguing daily, but arguments do still happen 3 to 5 times per week, so I'm grateful.
Good, and that's okay. What specific skills or strategies do you think that you developed or improved the most in working towards improving your
Definitely practicing breath management to help keep my composure a bit better. Besides the obvious, learning how to listen and respond to what was said instead of just listening for my turn to say what I want and getting upset for feeling unheard when the same is done to me.
It's understandable that improving communication can be challenging, especially especially if others aren't willing to work with you. But acknowledging your progress is what's important. I guess lastly, let's talk about your time management. When we first began, I remember you telling me that you had never been on time for anything in your professional and personal life. And as a matter of fact, I think I remember you being late that day. You've made very much progress since then. Why don't we review that? How do you think you have been?
I would say 9 out of 10. I'd say time management might be my most improved area of work. Struggling to find time and being late for anything is so rare now. It does not matter if it's to hang out with friends or crunch time at work. I'm on top of it, and it's such a relief.
Great. That's fantastic to hear. I'm sorry that I'm saying so much. What techniques do you think were the most applicable in working towards improving your time
Definitely practicing using the techniques we discussed. Breaking tasks into smaller steps, setting deadlines, using a planner. It's how we stay focused and meet deadlines more consistently.
management?
It has actually bled into my other two goals because learning how to manage my time has definitely made it easier to set and keep boundaries at work, as well as removes some of my daily stress, making it easier to navigate communicating with my family.
And that is terrific progress. I'm very glad to hear that. It must be relieving for you that your efforts have really paid out. Reflecting on our sessions together, how do you feel about the support and strategies that we've explored?
I really appreciate the strategies you shared. They've helped me see things differently and take proactive steps toward my goals. I feel more confident in managing both work and personal challenges.
I'm glad to hear that. So, as you know, we're approaching the end of our time together. And now that we've reviewed your progress and your goals, I would like to take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. How do you feel about the changes you've made since we started working?
It's been eye-opening, honestly. I never realized how much setting boundaries would impact my stress levels. And learning to manage my time better has made a huge difference in my productivity.
That's wonderful to hear. What specific situations have you found most challenging or most rewarding in applying these changes?
The most challenging and rewarding part was definitely asserting myself at work without feeling guilty.
Good.
But each time I successfully set a boundary, I felt a sense of relief and empowerment. It's been a learning process, but I can see the benefits.
I'm glad to hear that. Sounds like you made significant strides in finding that balance. How do you think these changes have affected your overall well-being and relationships?
I feel more in control of my life now. My relationships, especially with my partner and close friends, have improved because I'm communicating more clearly and less stressed. It's been a positive ripple effect.
Very happy to hear that. That's fantastic. Uh, Especially fantastic to hear how interconnected these changes have been for you. So, looking ahead, what are some goals or aspirations you have for yourself now that you're feeling more confident?
I'd like to continue working on my communication skills, especially with my family. I want to be able to navigate conflict more constructively and deepen those relationships.
I think that's a great goal to focus on or a great thing. What steps do you think you will take to achieve that?
I think continuing to practice active listening and finding ways to express my feelings without getting defensive will be key. Maybe I'll start having more intentional conversations with my family members.
Good. That's a good idea. Sound like very practical steps. Remember, progress is often about small and consistent efforts, and if you ever require additional assistance, you can always come back for further collaboration.
Appreciate that. I'm glad to know that there's support available here if I need it in the future. Applying what I've learned without your support will be a process at first, but I am ready. Well, nervous and ready.
It sounds like you have a mixture of confidence and apprehension. Remember, again, that progress is often about small, consistent efforts. So, which you have definitely demonstrated successfully for a while. Is there anything else that you'd like to explore or discuss regarding your goals or our sessions together?
No, I think we've covered everything for now. I just want to thank you again for your support and guidance throughout this journey. I look forward to my continued growth and where it leads. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It's been a privilege to work with you, watching you grow in your skills. It's been its own reward. Confident that you'll continue to make strides in the areas that you've identified. And again, please feel free to reach out if you ever feel the need for more support. You take care of this.
Thank you again. You take care too.
Okay. Evaluating myself. It's been a pretty difficult assignment. I really lacked a lot of confidence And going this off, the last video assignment was kind of the same thing. Um, because I feel like I don't have skills here yet in the way that they're being taught. The social work practitioners, just the way everything is laid out is a little bit different than how I was taught how to do things with basic skills, especially the partnering aspect. I want to make sure that I learn how to become a better listener, to ask better questions for sure. I'm still struggling with that. Trying to set this role play up was difficult for me because I think in asking all these questions, I don't know. I feel like I get to the answers too quickly, and then I become intimidated to continue asking questions. I'm hoping that professionally that will just be something I develop as I continue throughout school, learning more about this, getting more opportunities to practice, especially when it comes to these are the kind of things that I learn better by observation and practice rather than reading and attempting, if that makes sense. Um, it does give me a little bit of pause on if this was the right choice for me sometimes, to pursue this degree. I mean, I'm still lacking in a lot of confidence, being able to navigate my biases, again, ask good questions, listen well, actually collaborate. That's going to require some work on my end. I'm used to taking charge of things and leading, and this is definitely different than that. But I like this approach. I see how it is beneficial to the client. And my hope is that, again, through continued study, and through my own professional development, I might get better at these things. Where I feel confident, I guess, is in being personable, in being loose. Even though I said those things that I did earlier about leading and taking charge and stuff like that, I've always been complimented on being able to, I guess, be chill and present. Um, Professionally, I guess it would be being relaxed and focused and present. Again, doing this stuff for school, just it's hard to move past the silliness of pretending for me a little bit, but I understand the value of it. I get very stuck in my own mind, what is appropriate and how to do things. And through the assignments in this course, I thought that I was very much understanding of what was going on, and there were several times where I was shown that I wasn't getting it. I wasn't understanding, especially how to ask open-ended questions. When I was initially practicing them, I was actually often asking closed-ended questions or making statements. And part of like the discovering process with clients, I understand, comes from those open-ended questions, giving them opportunity to give you a good answer rather than giving them an opportunity to avoid answer. Moving through the phases, I think helping clients to move through phases, the stages of readiness, like pre-contemplation, contemplation. I think that I'll be okay in those areas because I know how to encourage, and I think I know what to do to develop in those areas. That encouragement, especially with what I've already previously stated. Um, Again, I did struggle in this assignment to come up with 15 minutes to try to do it without any kind of writing or script. Felt almost impossible. It just kept going screwy and sideways. Having a volunteer to help you with role plays already in of itself a challenge, but maybe I wasn't good at giving my person enough direction. Um, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do this, and whatever the feedback is, I understand that I'm I don't think that I'm hitting my time marks. It's hard to tell because when you're doing it, it feels forever. And then once I'm done recording this, then I'll know how long I've been trying to keep an eye on the timer, but getting distracted in what I want to say or how I would like to critique myself, lose track of the time. In short, I need work on it from top to bottom. I am confident in certain parts of my character that will be beneficial to me later, but I know that I have to be open and willing to continue to identify my biases, to learn how to ask better questions, open-ended questions, to be better at attending. I think too is important. Um, Not crossing the arms, not staring off, but being attentive. I don't know. Again, I feel silly doing this. I appreciate your time very much.